Chris Gayton was part of a golden era of athletics at Selwyn House when our teams went onto the map. He quietly made a statement leading Selwyn House teams from the moment he stepped on the field in grade 7. When I think of Chris Gayton, I think of intelligence, hard work, coachability, all factors that end up making you look like a really good coach, but in fact you're a good coach because you have the right guy at the head of the team doing all the work. The epitome of speed and power. You'd give him a handoff and he'd run off the right side or the left side. It didn't really matter. He'd first of all run around one opponent, and then the next thing you know, he'd run over the second line of defense and then run away from the third line of defense. He was a textbook tackler in terms of what you see today and how you want kids to tackle in today's football. Chris did that back in the 90s. I guess when he later on went to the University of Kentucky and switched from the offensive side of the ball to the defensive side of the ball, he became a mainstay in their defense as a tackler. These things were noticed by his football coaches. As he spent more and more time at Kentucky, I think the coaches moved him from farther away from the ball to closer to the ball, where he ended up in his last season playing middle linebacker at about 211 pounds. He was undersized, but led the team in tackles, was a team captain. When you talk to former great Montreal Alouette, Anwar Stewart, who was part of several Grey Cups, he and Chris Gayton were teammates, and Anwar speaks very highly of Chris and about the contribution he made at Kentucky, who, while Chris was there, featured the Heisman Trophy winner, and that was Tim Couch. So Chris played big-time SEC football and did it without a lot of fanfare, and certainly did it with the extreme skill and talent and humility. But all along, Chris was an excellent student, an honor roll student, was the head prefect, and he was a tremendous artist. And in fact, I think he went into his chosen profession is graphic design, and he works with companies such as Pixar, and with their illustrations and their graphic design, obviously now it all being at a technical level. He made everyone around him better. He said very little. He was extremely coachable, always modest, and always thanked his teammates. These are characteristics you expect from most young men in athletics.